When we talk about the art that is based on wars or like resistance, resilience of people, like there's no end of it. There's like hundreds and hundreds of paintings or art like that. But today I wanted to talk about those paintings that actually shook me. Like when I saw those, like either the original ones or the master copy, that I was like shaken by those imagery. Like I think those ones I wanted to talk about today. So the first one of course is Guernica by Pablo Picasso. So the thing about Guernica is it's a cubist painting, of course, like you can see the cubical thing. And about the history a little bit, it was during the Spanish Civil War. And then there is a isolated mountain area in Spain that's called the Basque country. So I heard from a friend about that area. Like this is a very old area, right? Like even it's so remote that the Roman empire and the like language and everything didn't go there. They have their own language, they have their own very old lifestyles and everything. So during the Spanish Civil War, Franco and his friends were German and everybody, like they actually put like they bombed that area in a way so that more of the civilians are outside at that time, and they like bombed that area at that time, like very like calculatively. And of course the death toll was huge. And so before Guernica, like Pablo Picasso wasn't a political artist or anything. And he he was more like other things. And then a lot of people say that his partner at that time, Dora Maar, who was a photographer, and she actually uh, influenced him to paint these and everything. But Guernica was like he actually painted this like I don't know if it's painting like for just like in 3 weeks. And like it was shown in a exhibition in the Paris exhibition. And if you like look at its actual painting, like there are brush like the strokes, like you can see that it's not finished because it was done so fast. And like Dora Maar was taking pictures of him and this, and then like a lot of parts, like she also added her ideas and stuff. So if you like closely look at these, like this is a huge painting. And then if you look like very closely, a weeping woman, like she is crying and like holding a baby. And then this bull is Pablo Picasso always like took the bull as a destructive figure. And then a soldier is like trodden, and then there's this horse, and everybody's, and this is a light, and it was like said that it's actually the bomb. And like it's like you see it's destructing everything in a like triangular shape. So like then there is this woman who's actually trying to look like up, and they are actually looking at this lamp, which is the only like beam of hope in this picture. Like based on this huge electrical bulb, there's nothing, but they're just looking at this. And then on the other side, like there is this woman, I guess, like she's crying. Like so if you look at this, because it's so big, like it's it's enormously sad. And like I cannot like explain, when you actually see a painting like with your own eyes with those colors and everything, it's really hard to take everything in. And this is the newspaper, like you can see like the words, like this is a newspaper because he like knew that news in a newspaper, right? And he didn't want to like, but then in the civil war Franco won, and then he didn't want to like show this painting until Franco is on the like on the regime. And then like this painting was in the Museum of Modern Art in New York for like 40 years until Franco died. And then like after that Picasso like let his painting get in again. And like Guernica like really became the symbol of like anti-war ideology. And then I think UN also has a tapestry hung on their like room. So I wanted to start with this. And then like about these paintings, like you will see like you actually have to go in like to understand the details. But even if you don't understand the details, like these like the idea remains the same, that like it's the destruction of human being, right? So again, so with Guernica, like the next one I wanted to talk about was, why isn't it going? Yeah, so the next one is Monpura 70 by John Bedin, which he drew in 1970. And the actual scroll, this is again like I found that this is very similar to Guernica. And like Guernica is also not very like original. Like he got like Pablo Picasso got a lot of ideas from the people he took inspiration from. And then like about this scroll, like this is a scroll, and this is in I think in the National Museum of Bangladesh. And then he had like several small pieces like on very like on wax and like big canvas, I guess. And one of them was sold in millions like I think 2 years ago. So anyway, I actually, oh, about one thing about the Guernica was that Pablo Picasso actually sent it out in different exhibitions to raise money during the Civil War. Like they would like actually take the scrolls in like little pieces, and then they would like put that like roll it and then send it there. And then like it was a huge like thing they did about the scrolls. Like we sometimes we don't understand like how hard it is to like keep the actual form and everything, and then like send it to different places in different museums and stuff. So anyway, so about this Monpura 70, like I actually found these like this is an research article, not research article, like an original article from University of Amsterdam by this like Sangjukta, like she is an art historian. So I really liked this article. And this actually like she like made this smaller, like this is actually like from her article, like this is one figure. So this was really helpful for me. So this is like you can see every detail. Like I think like for a long time I wasn't sure if this is a woman, or like looking at her like bangles I can say this is maybe a human, like an like a woman. And then like all the people are just lying, and if you like really look close, there are animals, there are like human being, and one, this is a baby. And at the end of the picture, this man is sitting up. This is like the only like person who's sitting. All the people are just lying down. And like I actually again like I snipped it from her like paper, that like Joinul Abidin, same as Picasso, he was not a political like artist, right? Like he like did all the Tetalisher Monontor like picture series, like everything, but those were like his own sadness, his own understanding and everything. But this like and the one before that was Nobanno, like at that time like he was making them as a collection, right? Like he was like, okay, this is not just one person dying, or this is a collective thing. And one thing about 1970s cyclone in the southern part of Bangladesh is that it really like told that if something happens so far away from West Pakistan, they are not gonna come and save East Pakistan. So East Pakistan cannot be a part of West Pakistan, and that was very evident on this occasion that like I think after this cyclone and the huge like mass like thing that people really understood that like we cannot be together anymore. So that's like really was I think this is not a war, this is a like natural calamity, but again like that actually told that like what what was the missing part, I guess. So this like I took it out from her like work that like you can read that the desperation shook him, and then like she didn't like he didn't paint it immediately. This was from his wife's like interview. So I was reading at with the names like you see like this is also like I'm not gonna go into this like how all the work is done outside Bangladesh. Okay, so then like yeah, so this was like one of my like I wouldn't say like favorite, I would just say like this really hurt me. And like and also like this one I saw it recently in the now is always the time of anyway in that in an exhibition and then of the black artists. So one thing about Black Wall Street, like this is about massacre in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that happened in 1921, and it it was sad because that was a huge massacre, but actually almost nobody knows about it. Cause so like in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in that time, like it was before, like the black community and white community, everything was still segregated, but they had like a very small place, Greenwood, like they actually made like black owned like a business center, and then like there were shops, there were schools, there were like people's homes and everything, and a lot of people lived there. And with a very tiny thing that riot started, and then within a day like the whole neighborhood was just gone, just vanished. And like I was just reading, and then at that time they said like that hey, if we like if we keep like talking about this or anything, then there will be problems, there will be like there will be more hatred and everything. So this about this massacre, like nobody was punished, and like because nobody knows who does what in riot, right? And then nobody was punished, and then no like nothing happened and nothing was written, and then even the black community didn't say much because like it's about security, even like who are leaving, like they went to different places. But like things came out, and like there were a lot of new investigations, and then they actually said that okay, it was not just riots, it was like actually bombing happened. So those, I think 300 people died in a day. But like you can see that this, I think that this is the church. So in that whole neighborhood, just one basement of a church was like like protected, like it didn't burn down. But you can see, I think these are like the gold that's like the maybe golden statue, like which told about their wealth and everything, which is like melting down. And I think there are like two birds, like caged birds, and this woman is just like, maybe she came out of the basement the next morning. Like it is just my interpretation, I didn't find much interpretation of about it. And maybe like he is just hiding of the fact that like and like they are just like looking, but they are hiding the truth. And I think with, in this interview, like I was listening and they were talking about this thing that like history is something we have to live with. Like I really like that line, that like history is something we have to live with, good or bad. So there is really no point of like hiding something or sugarcoating something or like whitewashing something just to make things like better, just to like, the truth will come out sooner or later, or like the truth is the truth, and like we have to accept history. So I think like yeah. And I think again, I learned about this like Tulsa massacre again from a person from Oklahoma. And then she told like about it, and like even, yeah. So again, I think like this is something that like I learned, that like there's no point of hiding history. So the next one is, I saw the studies, like these studies, there are 13 of them. You can go in the Museum of Modern Art, their website, like they have this. So this is again about a projection. So the Hiroshima projection was done by like I can't pronounce his name, but like he does these like big projections in different cities and stuff. And if you see, like this was done in Hiroshima in 1999, and you'll find this video online as well. And then this is the dome. This was the only building that survived, and the reflection is actually on a river. And then in this bombing, not just the Japanese people, but a lot of Korean slaves were also there, and nobody actually talked about them before. But when he, like, I actually saw these paper studies in MoMA, and I just looked at all of them. I couldn't read all of these because like this is a different language. I cannot read the language, but I understood that like he took interviews, and then like he was looking at like when a person talks about their like experiences, their sadness, their trauma, how their hand gestures change, right? So sometimes they just stop. Sometimes you can look at each of the hand gestures, and then like they just change. And like he looked at all of them. He didn't tell them, by the way, like that, like he is looking like doing this. He did the video, like like took videos of the interviews, and then like later he actually like processed those, and then he looked at those. And then I'm talking about 1999. Please don't start with AI now. So like again, like I found it very beautiful that we really don't understand that how our hand gestures, our eye movement like changes when we talk about something. And like in this projection there was no human or anything, these were just the hands, and then in the background like people were talking like there. And this line, like I actually, like this is a snapshot, like I just snipped from the video, that this line that I survived and I'm alive on their behalf, I heard that exact same line in a Holocaust museum from a Holocaust like survivor. Like they're different countries, they're different, but like I think her line was like I'm living in borrowed time. It's also a song or a poem or something, I don't know. But like this line that like I don't know how I'm alive. Like other people were more like other people, like yeah, I don't want to go into this. It's just, it's like if you again look at each of these like studies, it's just so sad. Like I cannot, again, I'll never be able to explain how sad it is. So again, like, but today I wanted to talk about resilience, not sadness or massacre. So that's why I wanted to finish with this image. Like this is the problem we all live with. So she is the first black girl that went to an integrated school. So her name is Ruby Bridges. So if you look at this image, like she is being like guarded by four marshals, like because people are throwing, like you can read, like they already put up, and then like they are throwing tomatoes at this little kid that she's going to a school, and like with the like in a white school, in an integrated school. And then like, but if you look at her determination, and I like the fact that like you only see her face, not their face, not the people who are throwing anything, their face. And this girl is not in the middle of four people, she is actually like in the front, right? So she is moving like without, and look at her eyes and her gestures, her legs. And I love this image so much, that like her determination to just move on, like just to move, just to like, she isn't even thinking about the history or like anything. she she's just going to live her own way. So I think I loved this, and that's why like I wanted to finish the story of resilience with this. So okay, bye.